4 years ago, I was a trumpet player who couldn't even pay rent. Today, I've done over $4 million of sales in my own personal company, started 2 separate businesses that have each done over $1 million a year in revenue. And I'm literally filming this on vacation right now because I can work from anywhere. This is the full story of how that happened and the 3 decisions I made that changed everything. So let me take you back. I was a professional trumpet player, not as a hobby, that was literally my life. I went to music school, I was gigging a little bit, I got a very low paying job in one of the military bands. And I was passionate about it, but here's what people don't tell you about the life of a professional musician. You're always one bad month away from not even being able to cover your basic living expenses. I was like slaving away with the Army band. They took full control of my schedule, working overtime hours. They fully controlled my life, and I was making barely like $3,000 a month gross. That was before taxes. Like I couldn't even afford to rent my own place. I had to live in filthy, disgusting government housing. And the worst part, I couldn't scale up. There are only so many hours in a day. When you trade time for money, you're capped at 24 hours no matter what. And because I was a musician, I was literally trading my time for money at the lowest rate humanly possible. And I knew if I didn't change something, like make a real fundamental change to my business model, then I'm gonna be stuck in this trap forever. And that's when I discovered online coaching. One discovery changed the entire trajectory of my life. So I had this idea. What if instead of teaching trumpet one-on-one in person, I packaged everything I knew into an online coaching program? I could reach people all over the world. I wouldn't be limited to my geographic location or how many hours were in the day. It was something that would actually be scalable. So I built something called Trumpet Mastery. It's a high-ticket online coaching program for trumpet players. It's not some bullshit $20 Udemy course. It's like a real coaching experience. Like video lessons, live group calls, one-on-ones, staffed with live coaches that they can pick from, constant feedback on their playing, accountability, and a community of other motivated trumpet players. It was like a real transformational experience. And one of the things that changed everything was learning how to run Facebook ads. I had close to 0 following. I had some YouTube stuff because I was doing some, cringy YouTube videos on the side, but pretty much I had 0 following, 0 audience, 0 email list. But what fixed that is learning how to make a compelling offer and putting it in front of the right person. And the easiest tool to put something in front of the right person is to target them with ads. The first month of launching Trumpet Mastery, I made around $3,000. Not life-changing, but it's a start. And for a broke 23-year-old, that is a lot of money. But to kind of re-give you that context, I was making around $3,000 a month with the Army band. So my income literally doubled with my first month of launching Trumpet Mastery. And it was a lot less effort. With the Army band, I was working like way over 40 hours a week. This was a lot less effort because it was something out of a place of leverage, something that was actually scalable. At the end of the second month, I was at $20,000 a month. A couple months later, I was at $50,000 a month. And then by the end of the first year, I was at $100,000 months with Trumpet Mastery. And this was all done from like my filthy government housing, like a small, under 200 square foot prison cell, essentially, just with a laptop, just with the equipment that I could afford at the time. So like nothing fancy. And the sky was really the limit because with this group coaching model, there was no ceiling to how many students I could take on. I was no longer trading my time for money. So that business crossed $1 million. It won the ClickFunnels 2 Comma Club Award for that offer, which means Trumpet Mastery made over $1 million cash collected. It's actually made over $3 million in contracts to date. I've gone from a complete broke musician living in subsidized government housing, making 30 grand a year at best, to being a millionaire in my 20s. And then I did something that most people would probably consider insane. So I started a second business. See, what happened is that other music teachers saw what I was doing, saw like all the time freedom I had, saw the income I was making, and they saw all the stress they were dealing with and the low pay, the low income, all the struggle in that. And they really wanted to learn how I was doing this. So they're like, how did you get these students? How do you get them to agree to high ticket prices? Most of my students are cheap. They think $50 an hour is too expensive. Like, how can you afford running ads? I've tried it before and it's just a waste of money. And this made me realize I didn't just build a trumpet coaching business. I built an entire system, a system that's repeatable and can be taught to others. Not just for music offers, but for any high ticket coaching business or even high ticket services. This offer is proven to work for all of that. The same funnel strategy, same paid advertising strategy, same offer creation strategy. It's a business model. It's not luck. So I started teaching that. I started with business opportunity for music teachers first. How to take your skill set, package it, sell it online, command higher prices, and scale it to 6 or even 7 figures. That business teaching music teachers also crossed $1 million in annual revenue. So I had $2 million businesses before I turned 30 years old. And they're all built on the same foundation foundation, a high converting, high ticket offer, a grand slam, high converting funnel, high performing Facebook ads, worked for everything. But here's what nobody really talks about. It's what I call the messy middle. The part between broke musician and having $2 million businesses. I spent over $1 million of my own money on Facebook ads. I've taken over 2,000 high ticket sales calls personally. Before that, I didn't know anything about sales. I had to learn. I had months where I lost like $20,000, $30,000 on ads that didn't convert. The difference between people who make it and people who don't, it isn't talent. It's not intelligence. It's pain tolerance. It's how many times can you get completely punched in the face by a failed campaign and have the audacity to pick yourself up and launch another one. Now let's talk about my third business, Enroll Premium Clients. Since 2021, literally helping hundreds of coaches and experts like build their businesses, I realized that their biggest problem wasn't knowledge, it was execution. People know they need a funnel. People know they need ads. People know they need a good offer. They know that they need to learn sales. They know they need a sales process, right? No shit. But they didn't have the time, the skill, or the team to actually build it. So I flipped the model. Instead of teaching people how to do it, I said, we're gonna just do this for you. We'll build your funnels, we'll run your ads, we'll set up all your automations, train you on sales, use AI to book your calls for you. You don't even have to do the setting. Done for you from start to finish. And here's the part that makes it different from every other agency. We don't charge you anything up front. We don't do monthly retainers. We only make money when you make money. Revenue share. If your business grows, our business grows. If your business doesn't grow, we don't eat. And that alignment really changes everything. It makes both parties, both the client and us, really bring our best in our A game. And that's when the best results happen. Our very first client who signed up for this model went from like barely breaking even, $10,000 gross months with no margin to making $57,000 in contracted revenue in his first month. And he was stuck at 10 grand a month gross, no margins for about 2.5 years before that. His name is Jesse, he's a trumpet player. We ran ads to the same audience, it's the same skill set. We redid his webinar slide for slide. I wrote every slide myself, wrote every word in the script myself, rebuilt his entire funnel. I started launching ads for him. We hyper trained him on sales, gave him a lot of attention on that. And he's closing at 48% now. Currently in our portfolio, we keep it small. We have just over a dozen clients in different industries, coaches, experts. It's not just music. And the whole thing is run with a small team in AI, and that's the power of systems. So if you're watching this and you're in the same place that I was, talented, working hard, not really making the money you deserve to make, here are the 3 decisions that changed everything for me. Number 1, I decided that my skill set, my education, all my talents were worth way more than $50 an hour. I packaged my expertise into a high ticket offer and started charging what it was actually worth. If you're undercharging, you're not being humble, you're not a saint, you're being very irresponsible to your future self. Number 2 is I learned how to market, specifically paid advertising. Organic content is great, but it's a marathon, not a sprint. It could take years to actually turn it into something. Facebook ads will let you put your offer in front of the exact perfect fit audience starting today. That skill alone is worth millions. And number 3, I built systems instead of just working hard. A funnel doesn't sleep. An email sequence doesn't take a vacation. AI doesn't forget how to follow up. I stopped trying to do everything myself and I built a machine that just works for me 24/7. Those 3 decisions took me from broke, starving musician to where I am now. And the beautiful thing is, none of them required talent. They required simple decisions. So if you're a coach or expert and you're already making sales, but you know by this point you should be at around 50 to 100,000 plus months, and you want someone to build the entire system for you and be able to get you to the revenue levels you deserve to get to by this point, check the link down in the description. EnrollPremiumClients.com/DFY, done for you. We don't charge anything up front. This is not a sales call. We're not going to twist your arm. You only pay when you actually get results. And if you don't already have a high ticket offer, you should check out this next video, how to create an irresistible offer. See you there.